This is IELTS speaking mock test. Hello, my name is teacher Harry. Can you tell me your name, please?
Hi, my name is Solamin Goji. It was given by my dad.
Okay,
So
so
there's lots of history background in it.
great. So what should I call you?
Lamin, please.
Right, Lamin. Can I see your identification, please? So for the first part of the task, I'd like you to ask some questions about people you study with. So
Okay.
who do you spend most time studying with?
Most of my time, I study with my high school friend till now because these days we are doing IELTS and we have the same purpose of doing it. So we study together day and night intensively.
What kinds of things do you study with other people?
These days, as I say before, we mainly focusing on IELTS. So we study 4 skills together. Especially we practice in speaking because speaking needs to interact with other people. The other skills is we have to study by ourselves.
So are there times when you study better by yourself?
Sorry?
Are there times when you study better by yourself?
It depends because most of the things if we have an old question with the answer, for example for IELTS, if I do reading and listening, I could do by myself quietly in quiet time alone because there's already answer for me to check. But it's something that I need to do with other people, like speaking. Yes, I need a person to practice and study together.
Is it important to like the people you study with?
It is very important because that's, I believe, a person that you study with should be in the same level as you, so that you can see your improvement as well as you can learn a thing or two from them. They might be better than you, so I'm always focusing on someone's better than me if I have to choose someone to study.
Okay. Is it important to like the people you study with?
Yes, I think it's important to have people I study with because if they aren't studying the same things as me, I don't think it'll be helpful to study together with them because it could lead to misunderstandings and other things that we won't know. And I think that having people study with you can also help, but can also interrupt your studying. And I think that's why it's important to have people studying with you.
Do you prefer reading online or using a hard copy? Why?
I think I prefer reading online because not only is it because hard copies, they're hard to maintain and they're really hard to use because sometimes the pages can be broken or can sometimes be diminished. And I think on online, you don't need to read the books and you can listen to them as audiobooks. And I think that's why it's more interesting to me and to read online than on hard copies.
Okay. Do you think more people will read online and the cultural hard copy newspapers will disappear in the future?
I do think that hard copies, their use would diminish, but I don't think it would completely disappear. And I think that some people would enjoy reading hard copies other than online online. And I think that's why hard copies wouldn't disappear.
What journals do people read in your country? Why?
I don't read many journals, so I don't know if it's a journal or a newspaper. But um, I think you can read magazines and the journals, the names of the journals, I don't know. And that's why I think people do read newspapers a lot and they buy a lot of stuff. I don't typically know what the journals they read are.
Okay. Do your friends also read journals?
My friends, they don't read journals like me, and they mostly just read hard copy books because they like hard copy books more than online books. And I think that is because they learn to read from reading newspapers when they were younger.
This is IELTS speaking mock test. Hello, my name is Teacher Harry. Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is Kai Zhaotong. You can just call me Kai. There's no like middle name or last name as we all have like just one simple name there. So yeah, you can just call me Kai. It's just simple.
Yeah, it's right, Kai. Can I see your ID card, please?
Yeah, sure. I prepared for you. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. For the first part of the task, I'd like you to ask some questions about people you study with. Who do you spend most time studying with?
Usually I like to study alone as I like to read out loud. It's kind of embarrassing for me at first, but you know, I don't like to study with other people that much. But finally, I find a way to study with someone. It's not like study with them. I learn myself by teaching them. It's kind of like shortcut method to me. So I really love it. So maybe my friends, yeah.
Okay, so what kinds of things do you study with other people?
Especially when I was in university, some of my friends came to my room just for asking some advice for the tips for the exam. So I give them some tips so that they can just take the task so easy. It's like these are the subjects for that I take in that exam. Yeah.
Okay, so are there times when you study better by yourself?
Other times, but not by myself.
Yes, are there times when you study better by yourself?
Yeah, I think as I'm like maybe kind of introvert, so I like to study alone. Especially my mom every time told me that not to share with my knowledge to the other persons. It's kind of not good. I didn't realize that time back then when I was so young, but I kind of noticed now it's kind of bad. I like to share with other people of my stuff. So I don't really fond of like being alone all the time. I rather study with other people. Yeah.
All right, the minute is over. Please stop taking a note. And now you're going to have 2 minutes to describe a tourist attraction you enjoy visiting. And it is starting now.
The tourist attraction that I enjoy visiting would be probably Bagan, because it is an old city and one of the natural historical heritage in our country, where it attracts many tourists, or where it attracts many tourists. The reason why it is tourist attraction place is because it has many pagodas, and with the amazing view, we can see the beautiful sunset, and also most of the tourists like the place where the where or where the place is untouched, and which is very natural, where we can find in Bagan. There are many historical things and that is very interesting, like paintings and the way of the pagoda structure. So these attracts the tourists. When I last visited to begin was about 2 years ago with my family. We went there for 2 or 3 days. We went there to visit for 3 days, and it was it was a very amazing trip because I haven't been there for like 4 years before I visited the last trip to begin. So it is very amazing as I am a person who like to.
Okay. Your 2 minutes are out. Thank you. Okay. Now I will move to part 3. We've been talking about tourist attractions, and I would now like to ask you some questions regarding this part 2. Okay. Yeah. What are the most popular tourist attractions in your country?
The most popular tourist attraction would be, first of all, Bagan, and second, Inle, and third, I would like to say it's the places in Mon State and like Jaihio. These are the tourist attraction places because, you know, as I say, it's very natural and there are many untouched things and discovered things to be seen and in our country. So these might be the tourist attraction places in our country.
Okay.